Alrighty,
All
buddy.
right.
Welcome to Wicked Good Takes. I'm your host, Christian. This is Ian Gunnarsson, Garrett Tully,
Well,
and this is a little bit different. We used to be CC Sports Talk podcast, but we rebranded a little bit. We got better, and we're gonna have a little more dialogue here. But yeah, so today we're gonna talk about our NFL power rankings and rank them 1 to 16, and then we're gonna kind of talk about we'll probably do one at a time. Tully go, I go, Gundy goes, so on, so on. But yeah, anybody want to say anything else? Anybody want to?
do you want to say, do you want to do, you clearly have thoughts on Gonzo and Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Do you want to do
yeah.
that
All
right out
right,
the
all right.
gate?
I can start with Tom. I can start with Tom because this is a little bit older, so I need to hit this one first. But yeah, this guy sellout. This guy, corporate Tom. He's just chasing the money left and right because Giselle took it all, didn't she? So you had to have.
Well,
No.
here is what, no, there's no way.
No, of course not.
They
Okay,
must have had the
bro,
longest
time out.
prenup in human history.
Let me. Obviously, he didn't take all the money, but this guy just he's so low now. He's gonna do WWE. Like, come on.
I actually think, so this is something I've been
Dude,
thinking about. I think we have to consider the possibility that Tom Brady, the CT, he like might
He's
be
lost
experiencing
without football
BP.
too. It could be lost without football.
He's lost out football, but like he just like doesn't seem all the way there mentally. Like something is different about this is not the Tom Brady that we knew
Well, yeah,
like growing up. He's a fucking weirdo now.
especially
He's
with
like
the dog cloning stuff and all that.
yes. Like he's like starting down this weird track that reminds me a little bit of Antonio Brown. And that's like a big statement, I know, but like he's become just like like he is like
well, they
such a
did
weirdo.
they did both have beef with Logan Paul because Antonio Brown and
And
Logan
Giselle.
almost boxed too.
And
Yeah.
And
Giselle.
Oh, true.
I don't know. I'm choosing to remember Tom Brady pre like 2020.
But it's hard because like if you're like a 14-year-old kid right now and he starts doing wrestling, how are you gonna remember him as a wrestler?
Yeah, but you didn't. Yeah, but like if you're a 14-year-old kid, then
Well,
you were 7 years old the last time you won a championship.
how
So
do you
you don't
remember
really.
Michael Jordan as the GOAT?
He's not the GOAT. LeBron's the GOAT.
Well, at that time when you're a kid,
What are you talking
even
about?
though I disagree with that.
You weren't
That
alive.
as if you're 14 years old, okay? At the time we were 14,
Sure.
you viewed and we all viewed Michael Jordan as the GOAT. A
Yeah.
14-year-old now, if he starts wrestling, because WWE is so big with that age generation, they're gonna know him as a WWE wrestler first, as versus the GOAT.
No, I don't think that's true at all.
Well, I think like we don't remember Michael Jordan as a wizard. Like
Right.
we remember him as a
No,
bull. But
We
even
don't
though the
remember him as
most
a
recent thing
golfer.
to be fair,
from when we were kids was
t-
him being a wizard.
but as a wizard, everybody trashed on me. He averaged 20, and he was an all-star.
I think
I
at the
don't
end
think
of the
that's the
day, it
point.
doesn't
Like, I don't think
matter.
that's,
I think it's
yeah.
on us as like the
It is
generation that
that,
grew up and got to
yeah.
watch Tom Brady that we just need to educate our children and let them know how impressive he was as a Patriot. But like, if you were to ask Tom Brady right now, I don't even think he would even be like, yeah, I want to be like, he's a part. He's just doing he's doing all these different things, but it's like he's forgotten like the class that he's in because now he's communicating with like you're
YouTubers.
right, like he shouldn't be getting involved with like the Logan Pauls and stuff of the world. Like really no offense to him, it's just Tom Brady is a different caliber, you know what I mean? Like that like S tier, but
Yeah.
now he's diminishing his own like legacy,
Well,
I guess.
what
But
do you think about the
more so
whole?
his image, like his legacy is his legacy.
Yeah, his legacy is
He'll
cemented,
always
but his image is a little
I
weird.
think in Boston until he said the no dog in the fight stuff, and then the whole Dan Patrick
No,
McDonald
that
stuff.
wasn't him. Dan Patrick said it wasn't him.
Do you believe that?
I want to believe it.
I
You don't
again,
believe it
yeah,
though,
I'm
do
not
you?
a
Well, like, who else could that have been?
It
Did
wasn't
anyone?
Bill,
I
but
feel like everyone was just like jumped on Tom Brady, but
because it
like,
had to be someone else in Boston. He already said it wasn't Bill.
yeah, but I feel like there's so many people that could
Speak
have
about
been.
Bill. Did you see that stuff today?
I don't really like care about that anyways. Like, yeah, it sucks. I wish he'd be more like Gronk and
Yeah, if
Edelman,
he
but
was
like he's
playing,
not Gronk or Edelman. He's a part owner of the Raiders.
yeah,
He
right.
finished his career with the Bucks. He like has too much like for him as a Fox analyst, it just pays more to be like this unbiased, like kind of like corporate hound than it would to be like a true patriot like Edelman and Gronk, because
Yeah.
Edelman and Gronk, they're better patriots. They probably have better uh I guess like people in New England have better opinions about the two of them, but they're not doing what Tom's doing. Like they don't have the same opportunities that he has, and
Yeah.
part of that is because Tom is taking that more like neutral point of view about football right now, and
Yeah.
like it sucks for us, but it really just sucks for us.
But look at
Yeah.
Poppy though. He openly roots for the Yankees and he's on Fox every day. So it's like I
Well,
don't know. Like
Yankees lose.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. And
Yeah.
the
But
Gronk
look at Poppy
stuff.
too, though. Like Brady was never on a microphone being like, Boston, this is our fucking city. Like I think
No, that's
like
true. That's
for
true.
Tom it was just never the same, you know what I
More,
mean? But
but I guess Tom was doing the whole "let's go" stuff with the crowd and stuff. But
yeah.
Yeah.
say what you
But,
will about it, there's probably more performative than it really was getting locked in.
yeah, I think he's just like kind of I think he's just like losing it a little bit. But also, they're
All
probably
right.
paying him the fattest checks ever. Like, dude, the
Well, his
shit he
Fox
did at
deal.
Fanatics and like the
Yeah.
WWE thing is probably so much money. Like,
Oh,
how did he turn that
he's
down?
gonna get 10 mil per appearance probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So I actually
according to
like
reports, but
if that's what you
That's
gotta
what I'm
do,
saying. It's like,
yeah.
and he's getting 40. Yeah, did you say he's 40 mil from Fox,
Well, his deal with
right?
dude, his
Fox,
contract's insane. He has a plane
it
that's
was
like,
it was 10 years, 375, I think, right?
That's sick.
yeah. If you're gonna be a sellout, at least be an expensive sellout. Because
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
yeah,
least
yeah.
but it's
Sell
he's
out
also
doing
for some
that.
fucking
it's
a real expense.
it's also not to
Yeah.
nitpick, but you know me, the like the Pizza Hut that this guy is like the big, big healthy
Pizza Hut.
guy. Yeah, this guy's the
Uh,
big healthy guy, avocado ice cream and selling $50 nuts and stuff like that. And he goes on a Pizza Hut commercial like I don't know.
oh yeah, good
He should
enough.
be more like Victor Wembanyama.
Does nothing.
Be more for the kids.
Victor does nothing though, and no commercials or anything.
Well, Wemby specifically, he was like, I'm not doing any brands with, like,
Yeah.
he's not going to advertise soda or anything like that. So,
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. All right.
yeah,
All right, what
I
do you
don't know.
think about
Tom's
Gonzo? Do
he's weird.
Gonzo quickly,
Oh,
Christian,
my
before
Gonzo
you.
take. All right. So if Gonzo has this reported deal, which I do think he does have, let me make that clear. I do think he has that contract from Kraft. I don't think Kraft is that stupid, even though you guys know I don't like Kraft as an owner, and I think he's a cheap a-hole. But if he has this contract, why doesn't he not accept it? And I think it's because it's one of those signature two things. I think it's the one, it's probably the Patriot guarantee contract where he has all these guarantees and they just don't, they're just not going to give him the money. Like Stephon Diggs, his contract. He had a, which I understand for Stephon Diggs, he's older player and he's kind of a psycho, but
Well, he was coming off the ACL. It was like a something to prove
yes,
contract more than
exactly. That's what
anything
I'm saying.
else.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like his signature Patriot guarantees, you got to play this many games and stuff like that, which I get, but every other team doesn't do that in the NFL anymore. And number two, his agent, we all know is the same agent as Witherspoon, and Gonzo's just a better player than Witherspoon, I think. And I know Tully agrees with that. I'm not sure if you do, Gundy,
Yeah, I
but
do.
I wouldn't say that much. Like Witherspoon's probably a top five corner, same as Gonzalez, if not top eight, top seven, wherever you want to put him. But I think that him holding out so maybe Witherspoon get the contract first, even though Witherspoon already said no to a $30 million contract. They're just trying to see who's gonna get paid first. And I think at the end of the day, like Trent McDuffie, like 2 months ago got paid the most. It doesn't matter. Like just what if he gets hurt? I don't
What are you
know.
trying to say?
I'm trying to say he should just take the money. And
Oh, yeah.
but I'm also trying to say that Kraft might have fudged the contract a little bit for the Patriot guarantees. Even though I don't think he's stupid enough,
Yeah.
even though I don't think he's stupid enough to go out there. Even say what you will about Kraft, I don't think he's 8,000 years old. But say what you want, he's not gonna. I don't think he's stupid enough to do that unless he really offered the contract. And at the end of the day, the Patriots probably do think we're really giving him a $30 million contract a year, or $30 million a year for this contract. But I don't know. I feel like maybe they're fudging. Like look at the Gabe Akers stuff. You know, they were. Have you guys followed this at all?
Yeah,
No.
but he got the contract, four
He got
years,
the
8 million.
contract, but they had to put the non-injury clause in there, which I actually understand. I'm not gonna
Wait,
get
whose
on
contract is this?
the second round pick we got. They just now this
Defensive end
weekend,
from
yeah,
Illinois.
Illinois. They picked him in the the 50 somewhere. And in the draft, if in the draft, whatever slot you get taken, there's just a contract that you get that the team will
Mhm.
give you. And the team was like, "Hey, we're not giving you this money because there is a knee injury that that you had that you didn't disclose." But this is supposed to be a thing. Every player that's going to get drafted obviously hides injuries to make himself look better. He's gonna play this season. He's already at camp doing the conditioning stuff and stuff like that because he needs to catch up because he hasn't been there. But um but where did he just
The
go?
whack ass hotel room that he's in, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, he just now figured out the contract and it's just kind of weird. I guess it's a separate thing, the
I I
Gonzalez thing.
I
But
I like what you're saying. I think it's probably some weird, like a little bit of it, or some of it is guaranteed, some of it
well,
isn't.
they have an out if he hurts that knee. So there's a knee injury that he didn't disclose. He got a
Wait,
surgery
are
on
we
it.
talking about the second round pick or are we talking about
No,
Gonzo?
let's go back to Gonzo.
It
Yeah,
it,
I
Let's
it
don't
just
really
well
give a fuck
let's
about
just
his pick.
it links to Gonzo because the Patriots in his contract said if you hurt that knee that you didn't disclose that got hurt, we have an out. So
Yeah,
no matter what he if it even if it's like a knee sprain, they can have an out, which they probably wouldn't do if he's a good player. But it's
yeah,
just saying they're just kind of messing around with contracts at the end of the day. Just
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like we're not
I
the only ones who do this, but
we're
like,
not, but we're like look at the Rams. Look at the 49ers. Like I don't know. Even though the 49ers contracts don't look good right now, but they still did
I
it.
wouldn't be surprised if Gonzo like hasn't even seen a contract yet. Like you mentioned it earlier, the agent that he's working with, I
Yeah.
think they already know the number that they probably want or won't come very far down from.
Yeah.
And I also think that the consensus around the NFL is that yeah, like Devin Witherspoon is gonna get paid first. So I believe Kraft. I believe that he did give a contract. I don't hate that he brought it up at training camp because I think it does kind of just like give us as the
That puts the ball in his
like
court.
Patriots fans, yeah, it lets us know that okay, they're serious about it because a lot of people were speculating like they're gonna do the Patriot thing and not pay this guy, and then it'll end up being like another J.C. Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, like one of those players
mhm.
who. But then they'd usually leave New England and Gilmore was Gilmore.
Gilmore
J.C.
was Gilmore.
Jackson
Yeah.
was maybe more a part of the Patriot
Well,
way
totally
and
Matt
was one of
Judon.
those
I don't know if you can say that
Judon
anymore because
too.
that like era of Patriots football is kind of like
Well, this new
Yeah,
era got
obviously.
we're not there anymore. Like we don't have Belichick's system of like putting guys in the right
yeah.
position to succeed, and that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But this new era,
Well, look
like
at
the
Chase on last year, though. I mean, it was the same thing. Chase on was a high valued prospect, didn't really have success in the NFL, came to the Pats, played for a year, did really good, and then went and got paid somewhere else. So it is still very much like a trend in the organization, but we haven't had a homegrown like Christian
no,
Gonzalez in my life.
you're
Like
gonna
this
prove
is
my point.
totally
Yeah.
different.
Go. Talk. I like that. Talk. I like that.
Yeah, we've never seen a homegrown Christian Gonzalez level player that was drafted and like raised
Draft and
as a
develop. That's their
Patriot.
motto. That's their new
Yeah,
motto
like
since Wolf came. Draft and develop.
that's the crazy thing. So I think that the Patriots are going to end up probably having to pay like 34 million for Gonzo. Like I feel like that's the number that I don't know. I could see Witherspoon probably getting like between 31 and 34. And then like what are you going to now have Gonzo go make 38 because the same argument's been made about JSN. Like JSN gets paid over 40 now, but like our guy just locked up JSN in the Super Bowl. So like why what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
feel like that's the approach that Gonzo's agent is gonna take or is actively taking right now. So we'll see. I mean, I would love to see Christian Gonzalez as a Patriot until he hangs him up, but I
Yeah.
don't see him budging the way that like Brady did and
No. And
trying to take that.
No,
He's a
he doesn't seem like
cornerback.
that type of
Like
guy.
and
Yeah.
if I'm
I don't.
Vrabel, I'm kind of pissed because he wants to build this culture of, you draft your guys, and Wolf does too. Wolf has said this. They want to draft their guys and then keep the guys they draft and build around them. So like you want to keep your obviously the quarterback. You want to keep Christian Gonzalez, Christian Barmore, even though that was a Belichick guy, but he was a young guy when he's still a young guy. And
Yeah, you need Barmore
yeah,
up the
and
middle.
yeah, and I don't know what they're gonna do with Winu, but he was a drafted guy. He's a little bit older now, but.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. I guess he came in fatter. He came into camp fatter. I don't know how that's
I love
possible.
that. I love that.
But yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, enough of this. I'm done with this. Weird thing. All right, we gotta do our
power
power ranking.
rankings. All right, who wants to go first?
No, 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 no. Tully and I came up with a new format.
I know, but
Yeah,
who
we
wants to go? Who wants to go?
Well, we're gonna start with 16, and we're gonna
Start from
always
16.
like
Yep. All
say,
right.
all right, yeah. But we
this
got
will
we're
be
gonna come
the
up. I'm keeping track of it all right here on this. I
All
have
right.
multiple screens going right now.
yeah,
So
I have it all right here too.
for
So
the
Yeah,
for the 16th team, what did you guys have? I had the Houston Texans, and my reasons were
that's
holy
so low. What?
crap.
just was
Oh my God.
just because the quarterback, bro. Their defense is going to be obviously so
Oh
good, just so
God.
good, but they're not going to be able to score. They're just not.
I think that's recency bias from that
Probably. You're probably right.
but
You're probably
like
right.
CJ Stroud is a like a good quarterback,
I know,
and
but
I
he
don't
can.
know, dude. You have 15 teams that just are like more talented than the Texans all around, just more talented
yeah,
teams.
so I think there's like maybe six teams that are kind of just a notch above everybody else.
He, I would. Yeah. I think it's even smaller than that. I think the group is even
I'm
smaller than
kind of
that.
being
I
I'm
like
kind of
very quickly got to the point where I was like, oh, well,
I
now it doesn't
changed
really
my
matter what
list
order I put these people in.
6 through 16. I changed my list maybe 10 times. It was very
I'm gonna
difficult
go
for
ahead
me.
and just say, like, I don't think we're gonna go with your pick at
No,
16
we're
That's
not
here.
doing
fine.
that. We're not doing that.
That's
So
fine.
who did you
I
have
had the
going here?
Giants.
Oh, that's horrible too. Yeah, that's
I
horrible
like
too.
the
Yeah.
Giants a lot this season. I like the Giants a lot.
They don't have league neighbors. He's not
They'll be,
gonna.
when's he coming back?
I don't know. He's messing around with his knee still.
They'll be fine.
He didn't have a surgery until late,
They're
and
gonna be
then
fine.
just had a cleanup. It's like remember
I will say,
Dion
like,
Lewis. Go ahead, Tully.
I'm happy
I
that
think they're gonna,
go ahead,
Good
dude. Go ahead.
podcasting, guys. Go ahead.
oh my God.
First
I think
episode.
their defense is gonna be like
It's historic. It's just so good.
it's gonna be so good. I
The
think
Giants.
Harbaugh, yeah, the Giants.
Oh,
I think
I was talking about Houston.
Harbaugh, oh.
Go
I
ahead.
think the Giants defense is gonna be good.
They will be
I think Harbaugh is gonna change the culture,
kind of a loser.
and like their offense, if Neighbors comes back or he plays early, like I think Jackson Dart's a good quarterback, and him and Cam Scadaboo have good like chemistry. The offense didn't even look that bad last season, if like we're being real.
Dart kind of fell off a cliff at the end of the year, though.
I just don't
Yeah.
think they're ready. I don't think that they're ready to
I
like
agree with
be the
Tully.
team in the
I don't think they're
NFC
ready
East.
there.
Like
All
I
right,
don't
so
think this is gonna
who'd
happen.
you have, Tully?
I have the Dallas Cowboys at 16.
All right, so what do we do
I actually
now?
don't hate that.
Yeah, I have the
Uh,
Dallas Cowboys at
Can we
16. My
put maybe
reason
the?
is
Can we put maybe
yeah, we could work down the
Minnesota?
list and no,
no,
I won't. No, I won't.
Too
Their
low or too
quarterback
high?
situation is too high.
What?
they're not
They're
in
not
Minnesota's not
they're
in,
not
in this.
they're
I think
not
they
top
could win the
16.
division.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Guys, they won 9 games with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
You
but
know what though? You know what though? With Kyler, like
He'll be fine. I'm telling you, he's not going to be
yeah,
great. He's not going to be great, but he's not going to be bad. He's going to be like
they
Sam
haven't
Darnold.
even they haven't even announced Kyler being
Well, of
their
course he's
starting
going to be the
quarterback
starter. There's
yet.
no way if they sign a quarterback after just drafting a quarterback in the first round, there's no way that
Yeah, I
McCarthy's.
mean they got him cheap. And of course they should have signed a quarterback. They needed to put that fire under JJ's ass. So I hope Kyler starts. I think that's the right thing for the Vikings to do, but still being a top 16 team with that uncertainty, because that'll be a first year offense. And again, I'm
Maybe
not saying it's impossible, but like I don't really love the offseason that they had, period. I don't
Minnesota.
yeah.
They stacked up an offense more though. That's the thing.
I mean
The only thing I don't
yeah,
like is that they
I would
traded
love to. I
Gennard.
think that the NFL is more fun when they're able to,
Well,
make JJ look like the yeah. I mean, it's good.
oh,
I just don't think they're a top
all right,
16 football team.
all right. What about the Chargers?
I
I have
don't
them
like the
higher.
Chargers. I think they're like fraudulent.
Me too. That's
Um,
why they're 16 though. Like who's in front of them? I mean,
oh,
there's a case for a lot of teams right here.
like okay,
Why don't we start from one?
Why don't we just go through and talk about our list?
All
Because this is
right.
gonna take goddamn forever.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Who wants to go?
All right, all right, all right. No, and I'll keep track of them. I'll keep track of everything right here.
All right.
So, my
Cole, you want to
So
go, or
okay,
you want me to go?
I can go. Sure, I'll
All
go.
right.
All right, I'm gonna work 16 to 1.
All right.
good.
So I
We
already
can
said
split it up.
I have Cowboys at 16. I'm really excited about that offense. I think that Dak and now like with the second year in the system for Pickens, I think that that combo and then Javonte Williams, if he can be the same running back he was last year, and I don't know in the NFL so far that he's proven that like that is who he is like a really good running back. But I hope I think it's fun when the Cowboys are good. I think it's fun when the NFC East has competition. Like those games between the Cowboys and Eagles are so fun when they're competitive. So I hope they're good. We'll see. I have Bengals at 15, kind of similar to the Cowboys. I think that their offense is going to be really good, and then obviously they picked up a very necessary defensive rush in the offseason. So hopefully,
I like that too.
hopefully that O line can keep Joe Burrow alive. He's one of my uh, top picks for a MVP, and I definitely think Jamar Chase has that. Like, I think he still
Mhm.
is the number one receiver in the NFL. JSN might put up better stats again, but I think Jamar Chase is still the better player. At 14, I have the Ravens. I think the Ravens and Bengals are both super close, and I think either one of those teams could win the AFC North. So I think that'll be fun to watch. The Steelers are always sneaky good. I mean, like I think that they're just going to be a 9-8 team
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I think the Bengals and the Ravens could both finish with 12 wins or finish with 8. It's just how they start because they both mainly the Bengals have just they just keep having slow starts. So we'll see. I
That's
would love to
true.
see that change. I think the NFL again is more fun when Joe Burrow is healthy and good. So after that, I have Chiefs in my twilight spot at 13. I've seen videos of Mahomes recently, and he just doesn't look like he has that trust in his leg yet, and that really scares me. I think no matter what, like best case scenario for Mahomes is he gets maybe back to like 90% of what he was mobility wise. So I think that he
He
just
also
needs to
wasn't
figure
good
out
before he
like
got hurt.
yeah, he wasn't great last year, but the Chiefs also didn't have like this is the first time I feel like the Chiefs truly have like a guy in the backfield with him. I think having Kenneth Walker is going to be huge for them. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, Chiefs, I don't know. It just they kind of need to prove it. Like,
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
Mahomes be the guy with like he's just gonna need to learn to play with a new style. Then I have the 49ers at 12, kind of another prove it team for me. I think the NFC is just really, really good. And there's like it definitely runs through the Seahawks and Rams. So it's hard to consider the 49ers when that's what they have to deal with. Won't touch on that too much. I hope CMC stays healthy, but if he doesn't, then they're lower on my list. Chargers at 11 for me. Um, I don't know. I don't have too much to say there. I like they signed Njoku, and I think they'll be an exciting team to
I like
watch.
that pick.
And obviously they made the AFC like playoffs last year. They met their demise against the Pats. I think they could be a better team, but I don't see them maybe making a massive leap compared to last year. But still exciting. After that, I have Lions at 10. They could be higher if their defense stays healthy this year, but there was
Yeah.
also some weird offseason stuff with what was it, Branch, right? So
No,
I don't know
Terry
how
and
that will
Arnold.
shape the team up.
Terry and
Terry,
Arnold.
yeah, Terry
Yeah,
and
Terry
Arnold.
on. Yeah, my bad, my bad. I'm just like making accusations here. Yeah, so I think the Lions are an exciting team. It's
They're,
just how will they do second year without Ben Johnson?
they're
Because
such a weird team, Tully,
we
to rank.
yeah, they got kind of exposed last year, but I really do think that it just came down to not having Ben and the
De
defense
the
being so
defense
banged
sucks.
up. It was
Yeah.
well, it was so hurt though. I mean,
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
insane. It was like every week they were losing a guy, and it was next guy up, and then that guy would get hurt. It was
Yeah.
crazy. I really like Dan
It's
Campbell.
true.
I think that he's fun to watch, and Jamar Gibbs is one of, if not my favorite player in the league right now. At 9, I have the Bears. I think that they didn't really get worse, and they were a good team last year. I do think Caleb Williams is going to be a dog this year. I think he's going to play
Mhm.
good. I don't believe in the Madden curse, but if it's real, then we'll find out. Yeah, not too much to say about the Bears. I think they'll win that division though. I have Eagles at 8. A lot of people have them lower this year, but I don't know why. I think losing AJ Brown, like you don't lose AJ Brown and then have a better team talent wise. But like it was obvious, especially after he left, that him and Jalen Hurts were not, they did not have
Mhm.
the same chemistry that they had in years prior.
Yeah.
I think off the field too. So I do think Devonte Smith being the number one guy will be exciting to watch. Obviously, they picked up Mekhi Lemon. I just like the Eagles are going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see a world where the Eagles don't win the NFC East.
If Hurts just manages the game, they'll be fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And I will say like I was low on Hurts, but now that everyone else is so low on Hurts, it makes me feel higher on him. Like I just can't imagine. There's just so much hate, and I know there's this stuff about he like can't throw the ball deep, and there's probably some truth to that, but he's still proven to be a really effective quarterback in the NFL. So I just don't understand why people seem it's like so bold. And I don't like the Eagles, like straight up. I just don't. But I like them to win the division though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
After that, it gets a little like for me, all these teams are contenders. Like any of them could actually, let me say 6 through 1. At 7, I have the Jags. I think that they're a really good team. I think if they make a massive leap, then they could be a contender, but there still just needs to be some growth. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think that he still has the skill set to be really good in this league.
He's just like Hurts. He's just so up and down.
Yeah, he is. But he did show a lot of flashes last year
He
of,
was good
of
last year, man.
somebody
Their
that can
team
be
was
really
good.
good. I like Brian Thomas too. If it's true that like he was nursing an injury last year and that's the reason why he kind of had his what was it, sophomore slump, right? That because his
Yeah.
rookie season he was
He just
really
couldn't catch
good.
the
So
ball.
yeah, it was weird, but I saw some stuff. I didn't read into it too much that he was hurt for a majority of
Yeah.
last season. So I really
It
like
was his
Brian
shoulder,
Thomas.
right?
I hope that yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So I would love for that connection to be good again this year. I think it's fun to watch. I like Jacoby Myers, of course, too. He's
Dog.
honestly, if Jacoby Myers is your number two, like I really like that.
Me
He's
too.
just so versatile and his hands are proven. So I
Does
like the
Christian
Jags
Kirk
there.
still play on that team?
No, he's on the 49ers.
No, he's on. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he
damn,
got
man.
moved.
49ers are geriatric. It's
Yeah,
Cedar
He's
Center
cooked out there.
football.
at 6, I have the Texans, and for me, like if CJ Stroud is rookie year, CJ Stroud, that's a scary team. Like a
Hmm.
Definitely.
truly scary team. They got David Montgomery in the lineup now, so like that's pretty cool. I still think Woody Marks is a fun running back and at their wide receiver position, if they have a healthy Nico Collins, they just got Tank back. I don't who's their like I guess bona fide number 2 right now.
Hutchinson.
Yeah. But
Oh
either
no,
way, I
it's
mean, I
no, it's the
think that
two rookies. It's the two rookies. What their names? Wiggins and Noel.
oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think the Texans have the best defense
They
in
got Dalton
football.
Schultz too, Tully.
They're they're crazy, and their defense only got better. But they pretty much completely reconstructed their offensive line, and for me, that's the big thing
Yeah.
for them is, and if that O line, because it's hard to see an O line that's never worked together and just immediately say like, yeah, it's the best team in football. But if you get a combination of CJ Stroud playing like CJ Stroud can, and an O line that's like really good, plus that defense, that's a scary team. Like I don't
Tully,
know on any.
Joe Mixon might come back for them too.
What happened to him, huh? He just like
Yeah, I don't know if
disappeared.
Tore
yeah,
his
I had
ACL
him
up
in my
front, right?
I had him on my bench in fantasy for the entire season last year, just like waiting for him to
Yeah.
come back, and he never did. It kind of
Tully,
sucked,
I
but
actually love that take. That's the best take you've had so far. I'm changing my
Good
list
job,
right
Tully.
now because of that. That's a great take.
thank you.
Good job,
I
Tully.
appreciate that. Maybe like an ESPN or somebody will see this and hire me. I don't know.
Clip that.
But
That might lay you
I
off.
have the Patriots. Yeah, right. At 5, I
What?
have the Patriots.
That's your worst
I
take.
think
I
oh,
have the same one.
yeah, I like the Pats at 5. I think after losing the Super Bowl last year, they still have so much to prove. I know a lot of people actually have them lower because of the schedule, but for me, and it's very subjective, like that's not what a power rankings is.
Yeah, that's not a power. Yeah. I
It's
was thinking
not
that too.
saying,
They're gonna be
yeah,
better. They're
I'm
gonna be
not.
better and have a worse record, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that they're going to have the fifth best record in the NFL. That's not what I'm saying. I do think that it's going to be very close with the Bills. I think whoever wins the AFC East this year wins by 1 win. But even looking at the Patriots record, I think they probably go into week 11 6-4. Like that's their bye. 6-4 would probably be their floor for me. If it's worse than that, that sucks. But they have a gauntlet in those first 10 weeks. So we'll see how they go in
They
those
also,
first 10 weeks.
they
But
they
they
also start
only
on the
got better
road.
in the offseason.
They also start
Mhm.
Yeah,
their
it's
first
tough.
4 games are three of them on the road.
Yeah, three of them. It's a really difficult schedule, but for me, that doesn't change how good of a team they
Yeah.
are.
No,
It just is a really good football team, and people love to hate on the Pats, and that's how I know they're
yeah.
back. And it's going to be
They got
I think
better.
a lot of
They got
people,
a better roster.
yeah, 100%. I think a lot of people that are ranking them lower, it's more so because of the offseason stuff. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel, and I'm not
And
even gonna
let's be
touch on
fair.
that.
Let's
Like,
be fair. Drake Mace kind of sucked in the playoffs. That's why too. But he'll be fine.
yeah, he did suck, but he did what he needed to do to win. Like he
Yeah.
didn't cost us games, which is why I'm not concerned because those defenses were scary. I mean, like three of the times that I've said top defense, and I haven't even mentioned the Bills or Broncos yet, they're teams he played. Like it was
Mhm.
legitimate defenses that are scary. So it's just hard to look at that and be like, yeah, you took us to the Super Bowl in year two. You're going to take a massive regression. Like they had the film on Drake and he still went out there and was an MVP candidate. So if he makes that jump and it's like we're not talking about an MVP candidate anymore, we're talking about an MVP, then like look out for the Pats to be good for a long time. So
Not to
I
make this a
think
Patriots podcast, but who do you think is more has more pressure, May or Vrabel?
this year,
Yeah.
I would say May. I mean, Vrabel is
Yeah.
coming off
I
the
agree.
coach of the year. The turnaround, like, I don't know. Like you just can't you don't see coaches do that and then have pressure on their back. I think if Drake
Yeah.
May takes a step back
No,
this year, it'd be
No,
bad.
I
But
think it
also
is.
don't
you think it's Vrabel?
I think it is Vrabel because if like, I think people are gonna have a hard time separating like the schedule and like this, the like if we start out on
Hot.
like below 500
Oh,
if we start the season like below 500 or it's not like we don't get off to a good start out the gate after just going to the Super Bowl, like people are not going to be able to discern between like, oh hey, we've got some new pieces on the team, or we have a much harder schedule, and like all the bullshit that went on in the off season, and they're going to blame Vrabel and all the distractions and all this like the like whack ass off season we had, because that was like the only thing that anyone talked about. The AJ Brown thing was a story for like one news cycle, and then it
yeah.
was like, oh, Diana Rossini and Vrabel were seen like in a bar in like 2020, and
And
that
on a
became the
boat.
story again, And so
the
it's
thing
like,
is for me, sorry, Ian.
no,
I just
go,
think
that
that
was it.
the
That's all I was trying
like
to say is like, I don't think people are gonna, or that people are just gonna blame all the shit in the offseason on like a slow start if we have one, and that's gonna come down on Vrabel.
Well, it's also
I just
craft.
think that New England sports like nation holds Vrabel in such a high standard, not only
It's
because of like
true.
what he did as a player, but he pulled us out of some dark years. I mean, like I'm
It's
talking
true.
the darkest years
But
any of the
so did
three of us
Drake. So did
experienced, man.
Drake.
Like,
Like,
and I'm saying Drake and Vrabel alike,
who do you
nobody's going to
think?
defend them harder
Vrabel's more
in the.
responsible for the turnaround. 100%.
I
Who do
think
you think?
McDaniel's has some
Well,
stuff
I
to do
don't
with it
know.
too.
Who do you think is more responsible for the Super Bowl run we had?
Vrabel.
See, I don't know.
I okay. I think that
Can I say
the
the
playoff
schedule?
run specifically,
Well, that's
well,
new. You
no,
can't say
because
that.
again, I think that us winning those games in the playoff came down to really, really good coaching. It was a very disciplined football team. They all did their parts and like they
Oh, you're right.
minimized their mistakes and they escalated on the mistakes that other teams were making. But like that defense in the playoffs was fucking nasty, and that
They
you
had
can't
no
pin that
pressure.
on
They had no
May.
pass rushers, and they got pressure every time. Every
Yeah, but
single
I also think
time.
more
I
of Drake May's development is coming from Josh McDaniels. I think Vrabel has that trust in McDaniels to do it. So that's why it takes the pressure off. For me, it takes the pressure off of Vrabel. I think if our defense came out and looked really bad, then people would start looking at Vrabel. But if Drake May doesn't look like the same year two player that we had last year, I don't think that a lot of that pressure will go to Vrabel.
The defense
Like
did
some of
come
it,
out
I'm
bad,
sure
though.
will, but
The defense did start
last
bad.
year,
They got torched by Geno Smith week 1.
yeah. And then they got coached. Like that's the,
No, I know. I'm agreeing with you. You're right.
yeah.
It's Vrabel. I mean, Vrabel was way more focused on the offense when we went to the year. He was always at Drake May's side in training camp last year. He was always talking to the quarterback, "Hey, you gotta get in there. You gotta be a leader." He wasn't really worried about the defense because I think he knew they're gonna be all right. But not to make this whole Patriots podcast. You can keep
Hmm.
going, Dylan.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Yeah, go
it was
ahead.
big topic over the offseason for the whole league, though. I will say, I think Vrabel's the most difficult thing that he's going to deal with media wise already happened, and his focus can truly just be on football and not getting any like dating apps or anything right now. So,
Unless she says something,
He
but
better win then. He better
yeah,
win.
he better win, and
I
she
know
better not say anything.
No,
that's
I think she's
yeah.
gone away. I think this
You
kind of
think
probably
so?
broke their career. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead, Tully. Sorry.
I don't know. The players like Vrabel. They love Vrabel, so I love Vrabel.
Mhm.
It's all good. And he's definitely a player's coach. But at number four, I have the Bills. Like that, you probably could have predicted that. Like I said, I think that they're one win apart this season. Whether or not they end at 4-3 or 3-4, like in terms of the power rankings, is completely just up to how the season plays. But I think the Bills have the edge just because they also became a better football team this year. And I think had I don't know that had the Bills beat the Broncos in that game last year, it's hard to say confidently that the Patriots would have like defended Gillette and beaten the Bills in
They
that
would have
game. I think
lost.
it was really bad. Not to mention Gillette was under like 3 feet of snow at that point, so that would have been screwed up anyways. But
They would have
yeah,
got
I do
killed.
just hold the Bills. They're just a proven team. Like they've just been good. But it's always hard to say they're a contender because they just always seem to find a way to blow it up at the end. Uh, Josh Allen for me is my number one. He's my favorite for MVP this year because getting DJ Moore, I think that connection is gonna be really fun to
I had that
watch.
too,
And
Tully. I had that too.
yeah, so look out for them to be really scary. And I
That'd be
do
probably
think
it.
that the AFC is gonna be tough. But
Yeah,
I'll roll into three. I got the Broncos.
I
Uh,
like that.
I don't know. I just think with Bo Nix not having played in the AFC Championship last year, I can't knock them out of that number one spot in the AFC. I think that this is a until somebody beats them and proves them when they're at their full potential, then they just deserve to stay in that spot. And I won't touch on it too much. I think the Broncos, I don't know if they'll pace their defense last year. I think that was probably one of the more memorable
Runs.
seasons that we're ever going to see from a
Yeah.
defense. I don't know that you can do that twice. That's usually not how the NFL works because teams kind of figure out schemes that work against you. So we'll see. But I'm hoping that Bo Nix comes out and plays and is really good and doesn't have any issues lingering from his injury last year. It stunk honestly. Like as a Pats fan, it worked out for us because we got an easier path to the Super Bowl, but it still would have been really fun to watch Bo Nix go out and compete. I think that would have been better for football. And Broncos are never going to like give us that win. You know what I mean? Like they'll always like have an asterisk in their mind, which it really doesn't matter. But at the
Definitely.
end of the day, the Patriots finally went into Mile High Stadium and won a playoff game, which they'd never done before, not even with Brady.
In a
So that was really
tough game, like
cool.
that was a tough game too. Like
Yeah, and
They
that
also
was all Vrabel too.
Jarrett
Like
Stidham
that is a
that
aside,
was all variable. They couldn't do anything the whole game. They just had to contain the Broncos.
it was
but
Vrabel, but it was
but
also Drake May
you
executing
also have to give Drake May credit
100%.
for like
Come on, guys.
100%. Like we
No,
needed him to be solid in that moment and like not let the weather
yeah,
affect him and not let the stadium
Vrabel
The
affect him
weather
Vrabel
and
did
not
gave
let
affect
the
him the
them.
AFC
rest.
Championship affect him. And
The weather did affect them.
he made big plays.
In
Dude,
the
But at the end of the
Broncos
day,
game, they
he
ran
yeah.
the
made an
ball the whole
audible
second
on the
half. What are you guys
on
talking
Yeah,
no,
about?
but
when
he
we
made an
needed him
audible
when we
on the
needed him to
last play
be
of the game to
Yeah, he
get that
ran it.
first
He
down.
didn't. He ran the.
That was
Yeah, he ran the
crazy.
ball.
nice. That's
He
called a
did his
big
thing
play.
though. That's a big
The
play.
fuck? I didn't like where is this like I hate Drake May coming from?
I
What is
don't hate Drake May. I don't hate Drake
No,
May. I don't.
I love Drake
you're
May.
giving him zero credit for like a
Okay,
incredible
uh,
playoff run.
it wasn't incredible. He fumbled times. He fumbled like 5 times every game. He was a turnover machine.
He
Let's just
faced
be real. Let's
dude,
just
he
be
faced
real
the
about
best
it.
defenses. He faced some of the best defenses in the
Yes,
league.
and he made some of the best throws in against those best defenses, like the Kayshawn Booty throw and the Hunter Henry
100%.
I'm gonna
That's why
say
I'm
touchdown.
right
giving
now,
him
like
way more credit
we're
than you guys
approaching
are because he made great
some
plays when he
dangerous
needed to.
territory. I don't want to pin Drake May and Vrabel against each other the same way that like Brady and
Oh,
Belichick were
definitely.
pinning
No,
each
they're a
other.
package
Them
deal. They're
two,
a package
they
deal.
needed each other, and
Yeah.
both of them. I think Vrabel's game plan ended up being the more important factor, but you still need Drake May to like make the plays he made to win that game. So it's
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting May. I'm just saying like that Broncos game was won through just like really professional coaching. Like it was just an amazing recipe to win, and they just executed every single shot they had. And then Gonzo too with that big interception at the end to really like seal the deal. That was so fun to watch.
This
First pick of the year too.
also the block
Uh,
kick was amazing. But who's your 1 and 2, Tully?
Yeah, so at two, and this is for the same reason actually that Broncos were three. At two, I have the Rams, and at one, I have the
Two.
Seahawks. And
Wow.
yeah, so for me, I like it's just hard for me to see a team go out and win the Super Bowl as like dominating as the Seahawks did. And the only like big thing that changed for the Seahawks for me was losing Kenneth Walker. Uh, I think that the Seahawks until they get knocked off that throne are going to be my number one. It's just I don't want to do that where I like start
Yeah.
underrating a team that just won the Super Bowl and then give them a chip on their shoulder because we faced them week one and I'd
Yeah.
much rather them come in being like
We're gonna win
still
that
Super
game.
Bowl hungover. Yeah, like I want them to think that and then the Patriots shock everybody rather than,
I like that.
the Seahawks be like that team where they just beat the Rams in the playoffs. They just became, even though I will say like that was probably because of a downfall of Sean McVay. Like that was 1 in 100 for him. Like he just was not himself that game
Yeah.
in the NFC Championship. But like they won. They did what they needed to do, and then they looked so good in the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that chip on their shoulder and put them at two. I think they deserve the number one spot, even though the Rams getting Myles Garrett, like that is a scary team. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
Can
I don't know. Like I think that the Rams really could be the team that like just gives the Seahawks their losses, but until it happens, I'm going to keep the Seahawks at one.
can you go
That's
through your 16 to 1 super fast just so I can have it here? Or Gunny can have it here.
Yeah, 16 Cowboys, 15 Bengals, 14 Ravens, 13 Chiefs, 12 49ers, 11 Chargers, 10 Lions, 9 Bears, 8 Eagles, 7 Jaguars, 6 Texans, 5 Patriots, 4 Bills, 3 Broncos, 2 Rams, 1 Seahawks.
All right. I like that. I actually agree with all that stuff on there.
Nice,
Surprised on
thank
me.
you.
Gunny,
It's
you want to
very
go?
nice
You
fun.
want me to go? You want to go?
I got it.
Okay.
We can go in order of the way everyone appears on my screen.
Okay.
All right. We already talked about this, but at 16, I have the Giants. I just like I love the vibes that are coming out of that team. Like I saw Jackson Dart played well last season. I think he and Cam Scadaboo have a really like unique relationship and good chemistry. Their defense is great. Um, Harbaugh is like a proven legit coach. And I think they play in a division that is going to be really competitive, but also winnable for all four of those teams. Like I don't think I mean I have
Yeah.
the Eagles really high, but like I, can totally see a world where like any one of the four teams in that division come out on top. I think it's just gonna be super competitive. But like that's
I,
also not really the point of a power ranking. But I just like the Giants a lot.
yeah. I will say though, Ian, I saw Harbaugh's like initial conference with the Giants and it scared me a little bit. It
Oh
was
yeah, his little speech was kind of
yeah,
whack. I was like, what the fuck?
that's all.
But I'm willing to look past that.
Hey man.
Um, 15, I have the Chiefs. I just like I think they're on the way. I don't even want to say this, but like it does really do feel like they're on the downside of that dynasty. Mahomes is still like the only reason why he's on my power rankings is because Mahomes is always going to be Mahomes. Like I think he's going to have that Brady factor where like he just is going to be like a winner. But I just don't know if the team around him is like good enough at this point to like really propel them. Also, I think that division, like I keep going back to divisions, but like that is another like really scary division. So, yeah, I just think like that team as a whole is like not super strong. Get the cat out of here, bro. I
Sorry.
do my thing.
It's a cute
Sorry.
cat though.
Um, 14 of the Bengals. I also love Joe Burrow. Like we know everything we need to know about that offense. Like it's so good. I thought they got better on defense, which is what they really need. Like so I'm interested to see how that changes things, but like maybe Joe Burrow only has to score like 35 points a game to win as opposed to like 42, but he needs like some sort of help. And so the fact they got marginally better on defense, I guess, is a good sign.
Yeah, I like it.
Um, 13, I have the Chargers. They're fine to me. Like I like Justin Herbert. I think he has a great like gunslinger attitude. I like Jim Harbaugh a lot as well as a coach. And I think that defense is great. I just hope that they can stay healthy on the offensive line because they lost that what
Yeah,
they
that's a good
lose
point.
Rashawn they lost Rashawn Slater before the season
Slater
even
and
started.
Alt.
And then Joe Alt got hurt at the end. So
They
like
lost a couple guards too, I think.
yeah, they were just so banged up like throughout the season. Yeah, remember the Monday Night Football intro where all the their entire offensive line
Yeah, it
like
was
did
against
their
the Eagles.
intros and all their PFF grades were like like the last, like they were like the last ranked
Yeah.
offensive line in the league. Yeah, it was bad. So if they can stay healthy, I mean that's the thing. If they can stay healthy, they'll be a good team. 12, I have the Packers. I liked the Packers last season. I know they lost Romeo Dobbs, but like I think that I just hope Jordan Love can continue to get better and build on these seasons. And like they've got a decent defense too. Michael Parsons is great. Um,
I will say if Michael Golden, Matthew Golden, excuse me, if he
Matthew
takes that
Gordon,
next step too, then like losing Dobbs doesn't even matter because
agreed.
Matthew
They've got
Golden,
Tucker
I hope
Kraft.
I hope he is really like good and really fun to watch. Yeah, Tucker,
Yeah.
I like Kraft too. So
Jaden Reed, I think is if he's still, I don't know if he went anywhere. I think he might still be on that team. Like they have a
yeah,
great receiving core
yeah,
too. I think
they
they just
do.
like
And Christian
they're
Watson,
similar to the Bills now. They're like getting into Bills territory where it's like this is a really good solid team, and then they end up just like finding a way to fuck it up in the playoffs. You know.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah,
Um,
I hear you.
11, I have the Ravens. I like the Ravens are like such
The tough.
like a nothing team in my mind. Like Lamar, I think the shot like the Lamar like wow factor, the spectacle that he was is done. Um, he's still so good with his feet, but like can he win the big one and can he win when it matters? Like I don't really know. Um, but their defense got better too. Trey Hendrickson is going to be like so good on that line, on that defensive line. Um, so like they got marginally better, but I just don't know if they like really have it in them to like take the next
Go
step.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. 10, I have the Jags, kind of similar to you, Tilly. I like them. I think they're such an up and down team. And just like everything rests on Trevor Lawrence. And
Yeah,
it's tough to have, it's like, I think it's really tough to be in a position where even though we are in a quarterback driven league, like it's really tough to be in a position where your success relies on is your quarterback going to put together like 20 to 21 straight good
yeah,
performances. I don't even know how many games are in a season, right? But like 20, can your quarterback put together 20 good performances and get you a
yeah.
Super Bowl win? I don't know. They lost um ETN. They lost Travis ETN.
They lost a lot on their defense. Their defense is really good last year, and they lost a lot on their defense.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like if Trevor Lawrence can like be amazing, then they're gonna be great. But that's a little risky, but I still think that they're like
Yeah.
a solid team based on what I saw last year. So
I like their coach, and now it'll. I think it's hard for them to take a
yeah, true.
regression because this will be their second year in that system. So I hope that they put up the same numbers. I think they're fun to watch.
I mean, they had such a cool season last year. Like after they beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football, like you thought that they were gonna ride so high into that, and then they just like couldn't string it together. They were like so up and down, and so it was tough. Like
Well, the
I
Denver
hope
game,
that
it was the Denver game at the end of the year, right? People were like, "Holy crap!" when they killed Denver
yes,
in Denver.
yeah, but like.
They almost
Before
beat the
that, their
Bills.
whole
I mean, they
season was
damn near
so up
beat
and
the
down.
Bills.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Um,
for
so
sure.
I don't know. Like
They're real though.
they're
They're
going to
top
be a good
10.
team. They're going to be a good
They
team.
deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah. 9, I have the Lions. I think that offense is mega talented.
Deadly.
Like,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's so good.
dude, Amon Ra and like Jamison Williams on top of
they got
Jameer
so much
Gibbs.
speed.
Their line is really good too. Like Penei Sewell is good. Jared Goff is a legit quarterback.
Bro, Sam
Um,
Laporta is their fourth option. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, Sam Laporta. They got Sam
Yeah, that's
Laporta. So that offense is just insane, right? And like, but they have run into this problem now multiple postseasons in a row where they just are not healthy enough to get like to the top of the mountain, you know? And I don't know, like, I don't know if that's, like, I don't really know what that is attributed to. Like, it's a possibility that Dan Campbell has these guys like so jacked up and so physical and so tough every like week in and week out that their bodies like are like suffering from it. Like he seems like the type of coach who puts the pads on super early in preseason and is like, we're gonna hit, we're gonna be tough, we're gonna be physical, and guys love that. But when it's fucking January and you're starting your third string safety because like all your guys are so banged up, or like you have guys like remember that guy like Alex Angeloni was playing with a was that his
Broken
name? The
arm.
guy who's playing with a broken arm. Like is that like really the type of football team you want to be putting out there on the field? I don't know. So, but that's a team like stay healthy and they're so dangerous. Um, 8, I have the Texans. I don't. I feel like we just Tully just said like everything that needs to be said about the Texans, but like world-class defense. They have a great offense. Their offensive line, like Tully said, got better, and then it's really just one of those
Yeah.
things. This is a team where it's sort of like the opposite of the Jags, where like the Jags are like we need Trevor Lawrence to be good every single game, and we just need like a little bit out of our other players. Whereas like the Texans have all the pieces around CJ Stroud to the point where like they just need like a little bit
They
more
just need
out of
him
it.
not to lose the games.
Yes,
Like
exactly. They just
literally
he just
just
can't throw 5 picks. Like,
yeah.
but this is the thing is like the 5 picks, and this is how I feel about like the Drake May fumbles a lot of the time is like if you give both those guys like a better offensive line, they're going to be in a better position. So like if they're not under duress like constantly, like if CJ Stroud isn't under duress constantly, that like he's going to have a much different outcome this season, I think. And so the like better offensive line just like helps that. Um 7, I have the Bears. I like we'll get into this because I know we're going to do an episode on it, but Caleb Williams is like one of my low key picks to win MVP this year. I last
Wow.
year he just showed so much like he like had balls in like a lot
He just
of
needs to play
really
like
big
he's down in the
moments.
fourth for 4 quarters, and then
It's
he
it
100%.
like
If I think like you give him and like I know like last season him and Ben Johnson were still trying to figure each other out, and like even at the beginning of this past season like
Ben Johnson hated him.
they did not like they weren't really gelling super well. And then they
yeah,
figured it out. And once they figured it out, that team was scary. Like that team was legit and they were winning big games and Caleb Williams was showing up in big moments and the
yeah.
schemes and the plays that were getting drawn up were like really good and they fit really well. And Caleb Williams just doesn't seem like he's afraid of the big moment, which is really cool. So I I I like that team. I think that they're gonna I don't even think they're going to get better based on like acquisitions, but I think they're going to get better based on simply just like another year of development and maturity and chemistry and like the team and the coaching staff just like gelling and Caleb Williams like stepping
Right.
up and becoming more and more of like a player.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the Bears and the Patriots are both super exciting teams to watch for that reason. Like
mhm.
they both have generational talents at quarterback with now entering the second year of a system with an amazing coach, like top tier coaches of the league. So it's hard not to look at those two teams and just get excited for what you're going to see from
Oh
those
yeah.
guys.
They're a team where it's like, and I also think the Broncos are like this too. I'll get to them, but like I think the Patriots, the Bears and the Broncos are all teams where you kind of just say to yourself, like, well, like, let's see what another offseason can get them.
Yeah.
Like another offseason of like working and getting their star quarterbacks like really in a flow and in a system
Second
and
year in the system.
developing and stuff like that.
I mean, all the same
Um,
draft class too. It's kind of crazy.
yeah. Okay. At 6, I have the Bills. Um, I like don't really know what to do with the Bills anymore. Like DJ Moore, the getting DJ Moore doesn't move the needle at all for me. Like,
I agree.
do we think that DJ Moore now right now at this point is in his career is better than what Stephon Diggs was when Diggs was with them? Like, no.
I just don't
So,
think the
Diggs
needle
was so
had to
much
move
better.
much for them to be a top five
Diggs was
team. Like
prime
I,
there.
well, like, what do you mean?
Diggs was in his prime there.
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. And if they couldn't, like, if they were a good team, but like if they couldn't win when they had Diggs and Josh Allen, like Josh Allen was like that was when he had entered his prime as well, like the Diggs
Yeah.
years and all that. And they had some good teams too, like they had some good defenses as well. I just don't the Bills for me are not a team that scares me anymore, honestly. Like
yeah.
and also I think that firing Doug McDermott and promoting Joe Brady was like putting a band-aid on a much
Sean
bigger.
McDermott. Sean
What
McDermott.
did I say?
Doug McDermott.
If
That's something
Oh,
that's
no,
something
no,
I
no,
would
no.
say.
I know. Firing Sean McDermott and replacing him with Joe Brady is like putting a band-aid on a much bigger issue. Like that was not the problem. The problem is that Josh
Yeah.
Allen threw four picks in the AFC or not in like that game against the Broncos. The problem wasn't like they just fired Sean McDermott because they were like, let's just get new blood in here. And sometimes that works, but I don't think that that's going to be the case here. Like Josh Allen
He needs to get
has
over the
been the
hump.
same Josh Allen for the last 4 years now. Their offense is not better. Keon Coleman is a bust. DJ Moore doesn't move the needle for me. And like there's no one on their defense that really like keeps me up at night as a fan of an AFC East team. So I don't see them being like a I don't see them being any better than they were last year, but I also don't see them being any worse. So that's why they're just chilling at six.
Yeah.
Um,
Josh Allen needs to get over the hump of the playoffs. That's simple.
I mean, yeah, but like, is this maybe this is just going to be his destiny?
Yeah.
Well, I can't say I would love to see him get there because I'm a Patriots
Yeah.
fan, but like, yeah, like, what is it going to take at this point, right? Like the
I would say
guy,
if the Bills make a Super Bowl, like I'd be rooting for them. I think that's the team
yeah,
that
I probably would
deserves it.
too.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
like Josh Allen as a person, but like, guy's in what year? What he's in like what year seven or something like that?
No, he's got to be in this closer to 10th year.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Okay, so like he's like still like throwing these crazy ass picks in a playoff game in year 10 or something like that. Like, well, I don't know. What are we doing? Um, five I have the Eagles. I I actually think that getting rid of AJ Brown is going to be a net positive for them. I think that that locker room was just way too fucked up for them to be successful. Like, I think that AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts like, probably did not have a good relationship and it was affecting things. I think this also gives Devontae Smith the opportunity to blossom and grow into like a better player and like the receiver that he like a true number one. And Mekhi Lemon is going to be really good as well. Saquon, that offensive line, they lost a couple pieces on defense, but like they're still good. So I like the Eagles. And then at four, I have the Broncos, sick defense. And again, like I said before, this is an example of like, let's see what Sean Payton and Bo Nix can put together in another offseason together. Um, so, I think they're going to be like, I think they're going to be good. Three, I have the Patriots. This is a better team. Like, we have to take like the schedule, we have to take the schedule out of it. Don't look at me like that. We have to take the schedule out of it because it's the power rankings. Like, this is one of the most talented teams in the league. Seriously. Like they have a great offense. They have they have some really awesome weapons. They have a quarterback coming off of a like MVP finalist season.
True.
Their defense is good. Like they like if we keep Gonzo here, which it seems like we probably will find a way to do. I don't think he's walking at this point. Like this is going to be a really good defense. We have a great coaching staff. Like we have all the pieces around us. I think the biggest challenge for us is going to be like, can last year's team who played that schedule rise to the occasion when we have to go play like bigger and better teams? But like if you take that out of it, because it's a power ranking, this is arguably the most talented team in the league. So
I do think that this year's team is better than last year's team too.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're
100.
gonna have a better record, but I mean they're gonna have a worse record, but be a better team.
Yeah. I think I told you 11 and 6, Christian. Remember when you asked me that
If
a while ago? Like,
if they get in as a 7th seed, that's a win for them in that schedule.
oh, I
If
think
they
we could
just
win
get
the.
in.
I mean, I think we'll win the division.
Well, think about it when the schedule first came out. We were texting each other saying they're gonna get mauled. Like if they
We
just
just have
get
to beat.
if they just get
Yeah,
in, that's a win for them.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
To your point, I do. I mean, for me, I have Bills 12-5, Pats 11-6, but like
Yeah,
I it's so
you go either
close.
way.
It's so close.
Yeah.
Two I have Seahawks. I know they just won, but like they're still such a really solid team. The only reason I have them at two is because I have the Rams at one. Like
I can't, yeah, no argument.
Adding Miles Garrett and Trent McDuffie, that's just like
They're so
and
scary.
Matt Stafford playing at an MVP level still. They have so many weapons on offense. Like and then um Sean McVay is just the coach that he is. Like this team is unbelievably stacked. Like this has to be like arguably the most talented team we've ever seen in NFL history.
I'd say
Like, and then
That Bucks team Brady had was probably right
yeah,
there, but like
yeah,
this is giving that though. It's like the
Yeah,
same.
you might be
It
right.
feels like very much like the same situation. They have an old quarterback who's coming off of an MVP year now. Like
Mhm.
they're good. They are a
Yeah,
really
they're so
fucking good
solid.
football team. Yeah.
And I like I think we may see Aaron Donald play a little bit this season. I don't think he's going to put a whole season together, but like
No.
I think he's really intrigued by what this team could do and what his role on it could be. Like if he comes in for a few snaps, if he comes in for like first and second down for like half the season, that could be cool. I mean, but who knows what he's got in the tank still. Like I think he retired like on the early side of his career.
I'll say if he raised his hand right now and was like, I'm gonna play for the Rams this year, he'd be in the NFL top 100. Like
Yeah,
if
but
you have him on social, like that dude, he has not skipped a step. Like he would
could
be
you imagine what that defensive line would be like?
crazy. And as a fan of football, like I hope it happens just because it'd be
Yeah.
so cool to get to watch Aaron Donald play football again. It's like fun to, I guess, theorize what
Mhm.
that could do to have Miles Garrett, and I would hate to game plan against that. Like that's scary. That's a scary team
I know.
already.
All right, so that's my list. I've Giants, Chiefs, Bengals, Chargers, Packers, Ravens, Jags, Lions, Texans, Bears, Bills, Eagles, Broncos, Patriots, Seahawks, Rams.
I think our lists are all very different. I like that, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens at the end of the year, obviously. But
Take
What
it
you got?
away,
alrighty. So mine is gonna be very controversial. Controversial, I can tell already from
Texans at 16.
as you guys were talking, I did think about things more and change it up a little bit. So it's definitely different now than it was before.
Dude cheated.
I definitely don't. I did cheat. I did. Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. It's
Yeah.
all good.
But at 16, I got the Chargers. Their defense is not going to be as good as last year. They lost their coordinator Minter when he went to the Ravens to be the coach. They got some. Their defense last year was kind of old too, if you guys remember. But with like Mack and no, Bosa wasn't there. With Mack and they had a couple of guys on the defensive line were really good, but a little bit older. Their secondary is still young, but we'll see what happens with them. I mean, I just don't trust Herbert. He just we all see him in the play in the regular season. Yeah, you think he's a lot better than he really is, like because he has this like cannon of an arm, and he keeps them afloat even though they always have injuries and stuff like that. But I mean, to be fair, they haven't surrounded him always with the most weapons. But I think the Joker will help him out. I think having a healthy running game this year and like you guys said earlier, healthy offensive line will definitely help him out. Um, they their receiver last year that was a rookie. I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year. Trey Harris.
I
I
really like
got
Omari and Hampton too. He's really
Yep.
good.
As I said, I like the Joker a lot too. I think he's a really good tight end. I don't know why the Browns cut him. He's because of Fannin, but I get it. I don't know.
He can
Um,
block too.
yeah. He's like a specimen of a human, dude. He's crazy. At 15, I got the Packers. I want them higher. I really do. I want them higher because I like Jordan Love. I think the LaFleur is not really a good coach. I feel like situationally he's always making like weird timeouts. Like in the playoff games against the Bears, he got so conservative when he was up like 20 points. He got so conservative. That's why the Bears were able to come back into the game. That's why the Bears were eventually able to win the game. Because they just took their foot off the gas. And I don't think it was Jordan Love's fault. Jordan Love had like three touchdowns and over 300 yards, so I don't think it was really his fault. What scares me is their depth and weapons. Tucker Kraft, if he comes back the same, he's like probably a top three tight end in the league.
Hmm.
Um, but the receiver spot, they lost Romeo Dobbs. They traded Wicks to Philly. Um, and Jaden Reed, who I like a lot when he's healthy, he just gets hurt a lot. Matthew Golden kind of didn't really have the best rookie year, but in the playoffs, in that one playoff game he had, he played a lot better. And Jordan Love, I mean, I think he can be the MVP candidate if we see the real Jordan Love. But the last 2 years, he's getting no one really talks about this. He's been getting hurt a lot, and their offensive line also is they lost a lot in their offensive line. They lost Jenkins, Zach Tom's pretty good, but that's probably it. They have a lot of guys that are starting for the first time in that line. Number 14, I have the Bears. I'm kind of down on them, not because of Caleb Williams, even though I'm kind of not the highest. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a hater and say, hey, he's not that good of a quarterback. That's not true. He's a good quarterback.
I mean, they did lose their
They
interception
just
leading safety too. Like they did
Yeah.
lose some stuff as well.
And
So
also their defense is not good. They were just in games because they got so many turnovers that went their way. Their luck rate, I know it's an advanced stat and stuff like that, and I'm not an analytics guy, but their luck rate was through the roof compared to everybody else. That's gonna flip. That flips for every single team. Look at the Chiefs when they went 11-1 in one score games, and last year they were like 2 and whatever with Mahomes before he got hurt. Um, it's gonna flip. That's just how it happens. How it works in the NFL. They're and their offense, their defensive line, never provided pressure. They don't have any pass rushers. Their linebackers were old and getting hurt last year. Their secondary just got a lot of turnovers. Like I said, they lived and died on that. And if you guys remember the 49ers Bears game where it was like 43-40 or whatever it was. It was like they just don't play any defense. In the NFC, I feel like,
Mhm.
especially when it gets cold, they'll have an advantage because a lot of those teams are West Coast teams. But is Caleb Williams going to throw a touchdown to win the game or throw an interception to lose the game? Like, I don't know. Number 13, I got the Chiefs. I think Mahomes will be back ish, ish. They just they don't help him out. They don't surround
Mhm.
him with good players. Like Rasheed Rice, we all know he's going to do something, not be on the field
Yeah.
or get hurt. Travis Kelce is not as bad as everybody says he is. He still produced a little bit, but who knows what he's going to be this year. Seemed like he was kind of half in, half out at this offseason. Whenever players like that, you kind of see the writing on the wall. Um, their offensive line last year, if you guys remember, had so many injuries. We'll see what happens with that this year if they can get back. Kenneth Walker, like I like running backs. At the end of the day, does a running back really change the game if they don't have a good offensive line? No. I mean,
Mhm.
no. We'll have to see what happens with him. But they just got to, I mean, if they surrounded him, I'd be a lot higher on them. But, their best receiver right now is Rasheed Rice, and he's not in the field. So their second best receiver is Hollywood Brown, or Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, right.
At 12, I got the Ravens. Lamar kind of really scared me last year. I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy. And I don't know if it wasn't healthy or if something was going on with the offense and the team. Just I think Harbaugh's kind of a loser coach too. He's like just constantly blowing leads. Um, I don't know if it was him or I don't know, but the defense will be good. We all know that the defense will be good. If not better than last year, because they got Trey Henderson. They'll be more healthy this year because we hope because Kyle Hampton gets hurt a lot. So hopefully he can stay healthy. Um, they did lose a couple linemen. If you remember, the center went to the Raiders, Lindenbaum. He was really good. And their best receiver right now is Zay Flowers. Then who's their second best receiver?
Right.
And Mark Andrews is 8,000 years old, and I think ever since that Bills game, he hasn't been the same. Um, where he dropped that, was it 2 point or was it touchdown? I can't remember. Um, I think it was a 2 point.
Yeah.
But they'll be good. Their defense is going to be good because Minter went there, and the offensive coordinator. We don't know yet. But I would wait and see for the Ravens, same as the Chiefs. 11, I got the Lions. I think we all kind of have the same points about the Lions. Their offense is just too good for them not to be a good team and a playoff team, maybe. In that division, I know we'll talk about this more when we do the division breakdowns, but in the division, I think all four of those teams could lose the division or win the division. Like it's just such a good division. It's kind of hard to rank them. The Lions. They won't have Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch to start the year, but they'll come back during the year, and those will be a big additions. But their linebackers are really good. That's pretty much the only solid group in their defense. They kind of their season kind of relies on the defense to be strong because the offense we know the offense will be good and score points. Um, and their offensive line was good last year, but they released their left tackle, which he still hasn't been signed, and he was good left tackle. So something obviously happened there. Something's up there. We don't know, but they got some young guys on the line they're gonna have to rely on. We all know Penny Sewell. He'll be good on the right side, and if Sam Laporta can stay healthy, um and I think if they stay healthy, because injuries has been a big factor, like Gundy hit on. They're kind of like the 49ers, but which I'll hit too. Number 10, I got the Cowboys. The Cowboys offense last year was really good. Their defense just couldn't stop anything. They were kind of similar to how the Bears were. Like they were just they could score with anybody, but they couldn't defend nothing. And they did so much on defense in the offseason. And Caleb Downs, I think, is going to be a good player. Um, it kind of gets me worried that he slid so much in the draft. We thought he was going to go maybe even number two, and he slid all the way to I think it was. 10, maybe 11.
I think that's just how safeties are valued. Like if he was drafted in the top 10, I think he would have already been like one of the top three highest paid safeties
Yeah,
because of like what you mentioned before,
yeah,
how each draft position has a certain pay.
yeah,
Like Jeremiah Love is already like top paid running back right now
yeah,
because he was drafted third. So
yeah. He's just thank you. He's just I think he's just gonna be a special talent on defense, and also their defense line will get better. Um, I really like Quinn Williams in the
mm,
front. Having a full season of him will really
yeah,
help that
that's
defense.
crazy.
And they still have Kenny Clark from the if he was in the Parsons trade. He was a really good player. He's a really good run stopper. Their secondary should be better as well, having Downs and their linebackers with Overshown, the young guy that was good last year, kind of broke out in the scene, but they should have a better defense. I mean, it's hard not to because their defense was so bad last year,
Yeah.
and they got a good coordinator from the Eagles. Um, Number nine, I got the Bengals. I know it seems probably maybe a little high, but I think it's just time for Joe Burrow to kind of just take over again. And if he doesn't do it this year, I think they're done. They're done. It's kind of I'm kind of just putting all my chips on the table on them, because I like Joe Burrow a lot. I like Jamar Chase a lot. I like T Higgins a lot. Um, I like their running back a lot, Chase Brown. He was really good last year. Their defense is going to get better. They're like the Cowboys for me. With their defense. Their defense last year for not having good players towards the end of the year when they changed coordinators got better. Um, the, I really like Dexter Lawrence. Am I saying better too much?
No, no,
No,
no.
Tully just got so close to the camera for like no reason.
Uh,
I just had a moment, sorry.
um, At number eight, I got the 49ers. I don't know why I got them so high. I think I just think Purdy's gonna have a good year again. Like last year, no one really talked about this, but he had like MVP numbers. Like he kind of just had such a good year, and he had nobody around him. Like no one. They were playing with insurance guys. No offense, Gundy. They were just playing with all these bums. And then George Kittle. Of course, they had Kittle and CMC, like he kind of just carried them. He helped Purdy a lot, obviously, but stats show when CMC has a workload the next year, he gets hurt or he doesn't have a good year. So we'll just kind of expect CMC to get hurt. Like, I mean, we kind of always do, but um, and Kittle looks like he's going to come back for week one, which I don't know how that's going to happen because
He's such a beast.
yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen, but and they have Mike Evans and Christian Kirk now, so if they stay healthy, which who knows if they will as well, like I don't know. Maybe they can move their facility away from the power plant, but their defense should be better with Warner coming back and Bosa coming back. Honestly, the more I talk about it, the more I'm kind of wishing I slid them down because they just have so many question marks. Um,
I just realized I didn't put them on my list at all.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
who? You talking about
40,
the 49ers?
49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers.
The more I think about it, I should probably slide them down, but we'll
Yeah.
figure that out a different
I mean, I
time.
like where I had them obviously at 12, but not
Yeah,
on the list is crazy. I like
Yeah.
your argument. Can I say something breaking news though, real quick?
yeah.
This is kind of off topic. Curtis Mead in his second at bat got drilled by a fastball in the wrist
Oh my
and
God.
is getting X-rays, left the game. So just letting you guys know.
Tully, it's starting. It's starting.
That's such bad luck.
It's starting.
I saw the video and it was I mean he walked it off. He looks tough. He looks good in the Red Sox uniform, but yeah, dude, like got nailed the rest really hard. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sorry. Take it away though. Number seven.
Number seven, I got the Houston Texans.
Oh, wow.
Better than 16,
The
I will
more I was
say.
hearing Tully talk about it at first, when he first started, I was like, he's right. The offensive line got so much better. They just put all their chips on the table on their offensive line, and they're really going to rely on them to protect Shroud. And I think they're going to do that. I think they did that obviously to protect the quarterback, but they also did it to see, if we put a real line behind him, will he be back? And it's kind of a make or break year for him because he's not getting that extension this year like all quarterbacks do in this offseason, unless obviously he gets one in the next couple weeks. But it seems like that would have happened already. Um, the running backs, David Montgomery is going to help them a lot score points when they're in the red zone. That's how he is. He's a very good, reliable running back down there. Their defense is going to be historic again with, having two edge rushers like that. Even if they didn't have the secondary they had, having two rushers like that is just a
Yeah.
game changer.
I think it's important to say too, this is Stroud's prove it year. I think like this is
Huge,
if he does not
huge.
perform and show that he can be the guy that he was in that first season, then like they will move on from him. They have to at that
Mhm.
point. Like he's just not the guy. So I hope honestly that CJ Stroud also knows that and doesn't crack under the pressure, but it just makes him better.
Yeah,
But
and he should also be better with those rookie receivers they had last year. They'll have another year under their belt.
yeah.
Usually that year two jump always helps them.
Tank Dell back too.
Yeah, he was really good. I wonder if he'll be the same because he's just had so many devastating injuries, I feel
He
like.
looks quick.
Yeah, he just had so many devastating. I liked him a lot. But
Yeah. They have good chemistry.
and their secondary, no, everybody usually talks about that front seven and the linebackers. Their secondary is just so good.
Yeah,
Stingley's
it's
so
really
good.
good.
The other guy, starts with
I
an
know
L, starts as L.
I'm thinking of Petrie.
Lassiter's good. Petrie's
Yeah.
really good.
Petrie's
They had that
he's a
rookie.
dog,
They
bro.
had that rookie last year, Bullock. That was really good. He like led the league in interceptions or something.
Petrie
Um,
plays like Peppers did for the Pats. Like
exactly.
he just puts his
Yeah.
body on
Petrie's probably
people like
better, but yeah,
oh 100%. He just
yeah,
like he hits people hard for his size.
yeah.
It's like it's so fun to watch.
At number six, I got the Eagles. I want to be lower on them, to be honest with you, but it's just hard. Like their defense got better. I mean, their third cornerback on defense is going to be Tariq Woolen. Like that's just good.
They're gonna be good. Yeah, they're gonna be a
Yeah,
good football team.
they're safe. I mean, think about how bad, not bad, but how much worse their secondary was last year, and they still had a good defense. This year, they're going to be so much better. I guess DeJean's going to move to safety, which should help them because their safety play last year was not very good, because they're just so stacked at corner. Um, they still have the good defensive front, obviously, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. They got Jonathan Gennard, I think, a really big pickup no one talks about, because he's kind of an underrated player that played in Minnesota. Nobody really paid attention to him. But he was a really, really good player for them. I'm not even sure why Vikings traded him. But number five, I got the Pats. I kind of agree with Tully. Tully had the same spot as well, that they got better. They just got better all around. They got more veterans in the room that should help with Byard and AJ Brown, who've been there, done that. Obviously, if AJ Brown's on the same page as the team, he'll be fine. He won't be a problem. I don't really worry about that yet, but I did hear that Kayshon Boutte is their best receiver right now at camp, it, um, which is
Well,
unreal.
Kayshon Bouttie's been in the system though, so it doesn't really surprise me. Like he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
that built chemistry. There's just not a scenario talent wise, power rankings wise, where a team adds AJ Brown and looks worse,
Also,
especially when like
the young players are gonna get better. Like Craig
yeah.
Woodson, I think he's gonna be a very good player for them.
Oh,
I agree.
I liked him
He's one of my
last
people to
year.
watch out for,
No
dude.
one
He's in
really
a
talks about him. Like I think he's gonna be he was one of the best players in the Super Bowl. No, which no
yeah,
one talked about. He was the only guy who could get Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Our defensive line couldn't get any pressure, and Craig Woodson was getting in there from the safety spot.
yeah.
What worries me about the Patriots a lot is their depth on defense, not on offense, on defense. If their linebackers get hurt, they're screwed. If their
Mhm.
edge rushers get hurt, they're screwed. It kind of all relies on the defensive, the big guys. And I think losing Tonga is low key kind of a big loss for them. He was such a good run.
Chase on too.
Yeah, I mean, Draymond Jones is kind of the same player as Chase on, so it's kind of like a lateral move, but we kind of need to see it again
I don't
for
think he'll give us as many sacks as Chase on did, but
no.
you're right. Like he's you're right though.
But the Patriots, like I said earlier, they just found a way to generate pressure with guys that we don't know, like Christian Ponder. Like who's that? Like
Yeah, Durden, Caleb Durden
Durden. I
too.
think he's actually gonna be a dog this year,
That
Durden,
dude
because
fired me up.
do you guys watch
He
the Forts in Foxborough?
yeah.
I
That dude
remember
fires me
him
the
walking in
fuck
the
up.
locker room. He's so oh fuck shit. I don't know,
Yeah.
but look, he's like tapped. That guy just must do Atlantic Coke before he goes on the field and goes out there and just screams at everybody.
If he does,
But
just got to keep doing it.
they gotta. I'm really worried about their linebacker and edge rusher position if they get injured. Like losing Jack Gibbons, who's he wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. Like he was just a solid piece. Cutting Devy also was like just a solid piece. Like. I don't know. I think they should have done more at linebacker and edge rusher this offseason, but they must be really hoping this edge rusher Yakis guy is
Yeah.
good or something. But
I
their
think he will
Patriots
be.
are at five. Number four, I have Seattle.
Wow.
I just have them there just because they've lost so much on defense. They lost
Mm.
Kobe Bryant. They lost their two edge rushers, Mafe and I forget the other guy. He retired, Jaron Reed, I think his name is. They obviously they're gonna have a good defense, good team still. Number four is not a bad ranking, but it's just because the teams ahead of them, I think, are just gonna have better years. Like Sam Darnold, he just had one good game in the playoffs. But I guess at the end of the day, that's all they needed to do. All he needed to do. He needed to beat the team that everybody was worried about in the Rams, and he kind of had the game of his life. He kind of got that playoff monkey off his back, which I have to give him credit for. I have to be fair, but I don't know. Like I think their running back position is really really thin right now. The Charbonnet won't be back for week one. He won't be back until probably week six. Week six, I think he's on PUP. I think it's when you can come back is week six. Kenneth Walker, he had good chemistry with the team because he's been there for a while.
No, he's gone though. He's
Yeah,
with the Chiefs.
yep. He's gone.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were saying
Yeah,
like
they don't have any running backs right now. Like I
they
don't
just
know
have
who they're.
Jadarian Price, right?
Yeah,
They drafted him.
yeah, they had some young guy. Um, oh, and the other Notre Dame running back.
Yeah,
Um, but they obviously still have JSN. Their tight ends are really good that no one talks about. Barner and the other guy that wears the arm sleeve, and he's number 82. I forget his name. I don't know. He had that crazy touchdown against the on the Thursday night game where they came back.
they drafted a tight end too, right? Delp.
Was that who they got?
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I know the Patriots wanted him.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just had them low because I think they lost a lot in their defense, and they'll still be very good. Don't get me wrong, they'll still be very good. But
I was
number
wrong. Delp
number
went to the Saints. Just letting you know, he went to the
oh,
Saints.
that Saints
Yeah,
team's gonna be sneaky. But
yeah.
number three, I got the Bills. I have the Bills at three, just because it's hard not to put them in the top five. Obviously, how good they are in the regular season. But sorry, I'm just adding this to this.
No, you're
Um,
good.
I just don't know. Like last year, I think Josh Allen he made chicken salad out of chicken shit, as the saying is. But they didn't have anybody on their team. Like he just I don't know. Like last year, I thought that honestly they were going to win it all, but their defense will be better. No, everybody trashes on their defense, but they had the best pass defense last year in the league, or top two, three. Their run defense is just so bad, and that's easy to correct. And they'll be healthy, more healthy. They'll have Ed Oliver back. He was out for the year last year. Um, they got Bradley Chubb, who's not the old Bradley Chubb, but he's still a pretty good player. He'll be better uh, than Bosa was if they can stay healthy, like if Kincaid can stay healthy, I know he got banged up a lot last year. If DJ Moore can give him just a good option, like if he's just like a Steph Diggs was for the Patriots this year, they'll help them a lot. And obviously they have the best running game in the league with James Cook, which statistically wise, he's the best running back in the league. But at number two, I got the Broncos. Oh, one thing about the Bills too, I think the coaching change, I kind of agree with Gundy. They're just putting a band-aid on a cut. Like if they really wanted to change things up, they would go get someone from the outside that's been there, done that, and not just promote the guy that they already know. Which I'm not a big promote the guy in-house guy in football. I don't think it really works very well. But number two, I got the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to be coming out. I think it's going to be the Broncos and the Rams in the Super Bowl. Bo Nix, say what you will about him, and I definitely trashed on him last year. That second half of the year, he was just a different quarterback. Something just changed. I think it was maybe his second year with Sean Payton. He was starting to get more into the more familiar with the offense. They have Waddle, which see he gets hurt a lot, but when he's healthy, Waddle's a really good receiver. Plus they still have Sutton. They have a ton of receivers. They have Troy Franklin. They have Pat Bryant. They have Marvin Mims. That they're somehow going to all have to play, and they also
Mhm.
have the tight end there. The used to play for the Giants and Jags. Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's
Yeah.
pretty good. The running backs, if J.K. Dobbins can stay healthy, I mean, I know it's so hard for him to stay healthy. I kind of feel bad for the guy, but when J.K. Dobbins is healthy, he's still a really good running back. Um, if the other running back there can fix his fumbling problems, the rookie last year, what's his name? Um,
RJ Harvey.
RJ Hart.
Yeah,
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 if he can
Harvey.
stop fumbling the ball all the time like that, he'll be a good running back. He kind of reminds me of like that duo kind of reminds me of Ramondre and Trayvon Henderson.
Anderson.
Yeah, Trayvon Henderson a little bit. Um, and their offensive line's the best in football. Their defense is just stacked everywhere, and they don't spend big money other than what's his face at corner, Sertan. Um, but and then number one, it just has to be the Rams. Like
Mhm.
it's kind of impo like I don't remember ever seeing. I think the more I think about it, I don't remember ever seeing a team like this doing that many moves in one off season. And let's not forget, like they got the other good safety from the Chiefs too. Like they stripped everybody from this
Yeah.
Chiefs secondary. Um, and Stafford, we'll see how he is. I mean, with Stafford, I feel like it's always every other year type thing with him. Like, remember 2 years ago he got hurt a lot, and then they squeaked in the playoffs, almost beat the Eagles, and then the year before that was the year they got the high draft pick. But McVay's just such a good coach, even if they don't have Stafford, they'll figure out a way to somehow probably get in the playoffs, and obviously they'll probably win anything, but. Their team's just so stacked. I mean, Puka Nacua, if he stays healthy too, like I know I say stay healthy a lot. He just every time I see him, he's always like grabbing his shoulder or banged up or
On a
something.
rehab.
Yeah, yeah, he's always throwing his body around, and I do think there's kind of an off the field problem with him. So
Yeah.
especially after this year,
Did you see the
Devontae,
bite mark?
no, I didn't, but
It's crazy.
Devontae Adams, if he stays healthy as well, like he had
Hmm.
such a good year for them last year. Like it was kind of crazy to see that. I thought he was done. Their running backs are good. Kyron Williams, I really like a lot. I think he's a really
Hmm.
underrated running back. And Blake Corum's pretty good.
I
Their
forgot about Kyron. Dude, this team is so stacked. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Kyron Williams is so good. And their defensive front, like other than Miles
Blake
Garrett,
Corum too. Their backup is
yeah,
really good too. Yeah.
uh,
You might have already said that. Sorry.
yeah. Other than even if you're taking out Miles Garrett, they still have Byron Young and
Hmm.
the linebacker there, Landman, and they just stacked everywhere. It's just kind of like the Houston defense, like this year. Like
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's got to be the Rams number one, and without a doubt for me.
That's definitely fair enough.
Yeah.
okay.
I
All
Do
right.
you
guess
want
So
to do quick um dark horses? I've got two.
yeah, you go.
go ahead.
My first one is you touched on this briefly, but the Saints, like
I have two.
they had a really good end to last season. Tyler Shuck looks like he's really good. They have some really good young pieces on defense. Shout out Jonas Sanker, brother of the guy I work with. Um, they have Travis Etienne now. Like they have like Chris Olave isn't like going to the hospital after every game now.
Juwan
Like I
Johnson's
think
good too.
yeah. And then my other one, the Raiders.
Damn it, bro. I had that too.
I think that if Fernando Mendoza can like be a real solid quarterback, um, or like even a good quarterback, I mean, number one pick, Heisman Trophy winner, like if he can be great, they've got a lot of really good pieces. They added some pieces to the offensive line. Ashton Genty is a good running back. Um, they like they got Nolan Smith from the Eagles. They got a couple pieces on defense. They kept Max
Yeah.
Crosby. I think could
They
be
got
a
N'Kobe Dean. They got the center
yeah,
from
N'Kobe
they
Dean.
got the center from the Ravens, Leonard Baum.
Oh,
They
did they get
definitely
Nolan
yeah
Smith? Did they get Nolan Smith or am I thinking of N'Kobe Dean?
You're thinking N'Kobe Dean.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Who?
definitely got a lot better, but it's for me anyways. Like you know, as far as power rankings go, I could see your point. Like maybe they could be crack that like top 20 of talent, but if you look at their division, I don't see a possibility that they're finishing in the top two. Like maybe if the
Yeah.
Chiefs do come in and just blow it, but I do think that the Raiders are going to
They
finish
got
last in that division.
they got
Yeah.
Quay Walker too, and do you remember the good corner from the Bills, Taron Johnson? They got him too.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Shit money. Tully, who are your dark horses?
Um, you touched, or actually, no, I like the Saints. I think the Saints are good to be a dark horse. I would also say the Panthers as well are
Yeah.
one that could be good. But the thing is, like that whole division, like none of us had the Buccaneers in our top 16. none
Yeah.
of us had any team from the NFC South in our top 16 actually. So like
No.
somebody's going to make the playoffs. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
it almost feels cheap to even pick a dark horse from the NFC South because
Yeah.
just like one of them will probably
Mhm.
finish in that just because a team from that division has to. So it's like I don't know, it feels like I said a little unfair. I mean, you had Giants in the top 16. I didn't even have them as a dark horse. I don't think that this is the year
Sending a
that they're going
drug
to take.
test to your apartment.
Yeah, I just don't think that this is the year that they're going to take that leap. I'd love to see the Falcons be good because of what am I trying to say? The because
Hurt?
of Kyle Pitts, sorry, and
Wait, it's
Bijan. Like I
hurt
just
you? I don't think
and
you. It's not.
They
no,
just
it's
need a
it's actually Tua,
quarterback.
it's Tua and
They just need a
and
Oh my
quarterback.
God, that's right. Tua.
They got Michael Penis.
yeah. I think it'd be fun though. I think it'd be fun if the Giants are good. And, yeah, I think the Saints were my big dark horse, but like
Mhm.
like I said, it just feels kind of unfair to even
Yeah, you're
to
right.
even say it. But go like Vikings would probably be my other one, just because if Kyler Murray comes out and just truly contract year, just like balls out, then I mean, look out for the Vikings. They might splash and make some noise.
You guys
Christian, who
hit
you got?
you guys hit all of mine. I
Oh,
had
good.
I had Bucks, Vikings, Raiders, Panthers, Saints. Bucks just because they have Mayfield, and then
Yeah.
I just found out that Vita Vea requested a trade.
Yeah, that happened
So
today.
yeah,
RIP.
happened like a couple hours ago. I don't know how I feel about him now, to be honest, but because their defense kind of rides on Vita Vea up front. And their other rookie there. Well, did get that the guy that dropped from Bain, Desmond Bain, or not Desmond Bain.
Hmm.
What's his first name?
Desmond Bain is the NBA guy. It says an A, doesn't it? No, that's I'm thinking of Arvell Reese.
Yeah,
Giants guy.
yeah,
Um, Bain
whatever. But they got Bain from they got
from
Ba-
Miami.
they got Bain from Miami. He's gonna be a stud. I think they just kind of bagged on him for his arms, which
And Miami will definitely be number 32 on like I think that they're
yeah,
going to
they're
be
definitely the worst
the
team in the
worst
league.
team. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
All right, boys.
I almost
Good
put the
pod.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost put the Cardinals in there. Everybody trashes on them. They're gonna be better. They're gonna they're gonna
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Like,
know.
They
what
have
constitutes
they
a
have
dark
the
horse?
hardest strength of schedule in the league, so it's just really
No.
hard to. Yes, they do.
I know. I'm saying that like no, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, my
yeah,
bad. Yeah, no, they do. Unfortunately for them, I'm 5 minutes from the stadium. Like I wish the Cardinals could be good because I'd love to go watch a competitive football team play football.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know that this will be the year. However, I do like that they at least have a plan that they're pretty consistent about. Whereas with like the Browns and Jets, it's like they do the same thing every other year and like they try to push stuff out for people to be excited about. And I'm like,
The Jets
stop.
might not be that bad. The Jets might not be as bad as the
I mean, I like I
Jet standards.
that Sauce Gardner trade looks so bad for the Colts right now. Like that
The
looks
Colts could be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, I mean, like that Sauce trade was so bad for them, and it was really good for the Jets. I think that Adonai Mitchell, like, he pissed me off last year because he blew a parlay for me by dropping a ball that he
The
should have
pass
scored a
game?
touch. Like he was,
Oh
no,
no,
I
in the
mean, like,
Colts game. In the Colts game.
yet he was about to run into the end zone and did the thing where he, as a celebration,
They're
he
about
like
to beat the
dropped the
Rams.
ball, and it was at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah, he blew it, so it like ruined my parlay. It pissed me off. So I've hated him ever since. But he's quick. He has a lot of talent. Like I like the Jets plan for the
Ooh,
future. They're just not
another
going to be good this year.
another dark horse. I think of the Titans. If Cam Ward can be good, they added a lot. They're like the
Yeah, I
Raiders.
like.
They're like the Raiders. They added a lot. They got a good coach. Robert
Yeah.
Saleh shouldn't have been fired. I truly believe that by the Jets. They just put him in
Mhm.
such a shitty situation, and there was no chance he could have done anything with that. None. They screwed him by putting Aaron Rodgers. Them. I don't know. I think they'll be better. They got a good running back. They got a good offensive line. They got weapons now.
Yeah.
It just
Carnell
it
Tate is good. Wandale Robinson. I
Yeah,
mean,
I like
it's exciting.
Robinson. I like Robinson a lot. I think he would have been a good pass player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean their defense got better, and their defense is always good no matter what. I don't know why. It just with Simmons and it feels like a bunch of guys that are no names. They're just always good. And it's now solid going there, especially what he did with the 49ers last year with nobody on that defense and made them good, especially in that playoff game. They're gonna be a good team. I don't think, well, good team for their standards. But yeah, ready
Well,
All
to close
right.
it out.
good stuff. Close
Yeah.
it out.
Alrighty. Well,
Good pod, gentlemen.
This is episode one. I think we're gonna try to release one episode per week, maybe two. We'll kind of discuss and see what's the sweet spot there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in for the first episode of Wicked Good Takes. Just happy I got that right. And
We
yeah,
would have had
we'll
to redo the whole thing.
right. Start over all 2 hours or whatever it was. But
Damn, it was
yeah,
that long? Wow.
I don't know. But anything else, boys?
Nothing.
Alrighty,
Nothing.
we'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
later.
Peace.